Miami Heat in the midst of the offseason, just kind of sitting by, doing nothing, just waiting for lottery balls next week. That's going to be exciting. We do have, it was announced, we were talking about this yesterday, Leroy, on who is going to represent the Miami Heat at the draft lottery, and it is indeed going to be Alonzo Mourning once again. So Alonzo Mourning, bring it home, baby. Adam Simon is apparently going to be in the drawing room where they decide where the ping pong balls, and this is what I want Adam Simon to do when he walks in there. Bloop. Adam, you walk in there and you go, wink. What are you winking for, Adam? You look at the Wizards GM, you look at the Jazz GM, you look at Danny Ainge and Adam Simon, you just look at him and you go, wink. He goes, what are you winking at me for, dude? He goes, nothing. Don't worry about it. Wink. Stop doing that. Why does he keep doing? Why does Adam Simon keep winking at us? Because he knows what's coming. All right. I have to have some faith in humanity, Adam Silver, that you are not a complete rat bastard. And the only way that I could possibly think that you are going to make things right for what you did, and you know what you did. Okay. Let's just be real about it. You know what you did. The Hornets know what they did. And I have sat here idly by and taken all of it. Well, I haven't sat here idly by. I've yelled at you a lot. But the point is, I am tired of waiting for the Miami Heat to be made whole of this. So I'm telling you right now, come next Sunday, you're going to get to that lottery room and you're going to do the right thing. Okay? Because you sit here. Let me tell you something, Adam Silver, that I'm going to try and be kind about this because I'm hoping you're going to do the right thing. But let me tell you this. You're not going to sit here clutching your pearls, acting all outraged at tanking this, tanking that. You want to hear a man disgusted by tanking? You listen to Pat Riley, okay? You listen to Pat Riley and the way he talks about tanking, that man hates tanking. You don't hate tanking like Pat Riley hates tanking. So let me get this straight. You're going to sit here and just, we're going to flatten out the odds. First of all, the rules don't make sense. I don't even understand what's going on with the NBA anymore. All right. You're trying to make this shame zone of the bottom three who are going to have worse odds than the other teams, which, once again, stupid, doesn't make any sense. Because here's the thing. Some teams are really bad and do need help. And the other thing is, let's just dive into this one, Adam. Commissioner cover-up, which I'm going to call you unless you fix this. You think teams that intentionally tanked, okay, you think it's hard for them to pick a start tank date? So when the teams that really suck all year long, let's just take the Jazz, for example. The Jazz could stop playing Lauri Markkanen and Jaren Jackson Jr. whenever they wanted to. So instead of starting to suck in December, they start in February. So now they're in the sweet spot zone of getting the odds from 4 to 10, where the best odds are. It makes no sense. It's so dumb. This man really cannot come up with a good idea. It's ridiculous. Oh, the worst teams, they're actually going to be in the worst odds. What? What are we doing?
I had a hard time trying to figure out what the hell.
Either flatten the odds. Just flatten the odds. Let's just do that. Just make it a lottery. Just do that. But now the teams, like, you're going to tell me you're going to sit here and the Kings, because they're really bad. The Kings are legitimately bad. Now, they'll screw up the draft even if they had the number one pick anyway. They're legitimately that bad, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the team like the Jazz, which is intentionally being bad. You're telling me the Jazz need more help than the Kings? It makes no sense.
Right.
I'm so tired of everything being overthought in this league. It's dumb. But one thing that I'm not tired of is yelling at Commissioner Adam Silver. And I will not stop yelling until the Miami Heat get the number 1, 2, 3, 4 pick in this draft. One of those. I need a top 4 pick. You need to do that. All right, Adam? You need to make it right, because what you did to the Miami Heat in this Terry Rozier scandal is heinous. It's heinous.
I think the Pat Riley still hasn't said, or I don't know if he was asked, Did you know anything about this Terry Rozier stuff while the trade was happening?
Yeah, they obviously didn't.
Right.
Yeah, they obviously didn't. And you want to know why, Leroy?
Because nobody told them.
Because they weren't told. And they weren't told. And you want to know why? Because Commissioner Cover-Up and the Hornets made it a big fat secret. Shh, shh, shh. Don't tell anybody that Terry Rozier maybe took himself out of the game. Why? Oh, because there's a Brinks truck backing up with FanDuel money. Of course he didn't know. That's why we're owed one. Sorry. Everybody else in the lottery can kiss my ass. You're not owed anything. Because Pat Riley really is disgusting. He said the only thing that would make him quit is tanking.
The only thing that would upset me about this whole thing is, how does Dallas have the worst trade in the league in history and get the number 1 pick? Right?
Yeah, little fishy.
It smell right. It made everybody in basketball raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, how could you not? How could you not? Oh, you mean this franchise that was, let me get this straight. Luka Doncic went for a giant made of porcelain and a first round pick, and then all of a sudden the Dallas Mavericks got the number 1 pick.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense. Sure. Totally on the up and up. Which, look, I'm fine with it. If that's what it's going to be, it's going to be. But what you need to do is, what's good for the Mavs is good for the Heat. So what you need to do is make it right, because you know what you did. I'm tired of sitting here pretending like he didn't know what he did, and we need to sit here and he needs to bury his head in the sand like an ostrich. And what is this whole thing that Pat Riley was talking about, that the league negotiated with it? I can't get over that. Pat Riley sitting here being like, yeah, the league negotiated. I had nothing to do with that. Well, why not? Like, let me get this straight. Why couldn't the Miami Heat be in this process of being made whole again? Doesn't make any sense. Why shouldn't they be? They were screwed. And they're like, don't worry, Pat, we're going to handle this. Handle it? You should have handled it in the first place. You should have said, hey, guys, there's some fishy activity going on here with one of the Hornets guards. And, everybody seems to be betting Terry Rozier unders in March of 2023, strangely. In fact, this sports book in Mississippi is flagging it. It's getting sent to the government, the gaming commission up there. Should we check this out? Nah, I'm sure it's all good. You guys just let it slip by, and then you allowed him to go to another team. Objectively, and I've said this every time, bad trade. Bad trade. Don't trade for that guy. Especially don't give him a first-round pick for the guy. Who the hell were you bidding against, Pat Riley? Who the hell was bidding against you that you had to give him a first-round pick? But I will not say, like, you thought you were getting a player who at least was legitimately playing basketball, and now I don't even know if he was. Would like to think that, but how can I not? Sorry. I'm a human.
He still got his $26 million.
That's the craziest thing about this dude. The guy still got his money. 20 and the Heat kept him back, kept him past his guaranteed it. For that, I don't know. I don't know what the hell was going on there.
That's like the whole situation just feels like they did it a certain way for a reason. And I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what that reason is. Maybe it's above our pay grade.
I don't think it is above our pay grade. How could these idiots be above our pay grade with this stupid an idea? Right. Second round pick for Ronnie. I don't even understand this. Let me get this straight. Why can't it be as simple as the Heat getting back their pick? If they're not going to give them the number 1 pick, he didn't play basketball for the Miami Heat throughout his contract. He was made ineligible. This doesn't have to do with legalities. This doesn't have to do with charges. This doesn't have to do with anything. The league deemed him ineligible to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Why should that trade be completed if something is not yet converted? Makes no sense. I don't understand it. There's protections all over the place. Why can't they just be like, you know what? Something fishy happened to your Hornets. Kick rocks. Oh, they could open up the floodgates. Okay, well, you know what? The next time that somebody else gets caught up in a gambling scandal and then a trade happens, be big boys and close up the can of worms and figure it out again. You ever think of something called a case-by-case basis, Adam Silver? Is that above your pay grade? You hack? You bum?
Hack?
Yeah, he's a hack, dude. He's a hack. Because you want to know why? All he comes up with is stupid gimmicks. He comes up with stupid gimmicks, and he can't be a real commissioner, where he has to come up with hard decisions. So, unless I could feel your passion in this, unless this mother bleeper comes back and gives the Miami Heat a top 3 pick, he's dead to me.
You said 4 a second ago.
Dead to me.
It changed?
Yeah.
No matter you get.
Not the same price.
So when is it? How far from now?
Next Sunday, Mother's Day.
So on Mother's Day, it'll be a top pick. Because you keep getting worked up.
Yeah, it better be. It better be. Kerry says the NBA investigated and found no wrongdoing. Yeah. I mean, how could we go against that crack squad over there? Not the feds.
I mean, not only was that not accurate, which it shouldn't be accurate because you're not the people that do investigative work, but there's additional charges.
Yeah, bribery charges. We don't even have the details of that yet. I can't wait. Dude, I can't wait. And let me tell you something right now. Wait until they find that, dude, wait. You know what? I don't even want to say it because it's not responsible of me because I'm so fired up about this. But I'm telling you right now, this guy, he is the worst Adam Silver. And I am owed a number 1 pick. In fact, I have just changed it. We are owed the number 1 pick. How could you give the Mavericks the number 1 pick for being idiots, but we don't get the number 1 pick for having a crime against basketball against us?
Have we not figured out? Have we not figured out as a society that offering someone money to let something slide usually does not work?
Nope.
We haven't figured that out yet.
Apparently not.
Because we turn on the TV and watch so much TV that we think everybody has a price.
Crazy.
If somebody, you have to understand, if somebody get it, then both of us going to jail because they're going to figure it out. I've been investigating you for however long.
Anyway, disappointing.